It is the epitome of efficiency from my hands down to the road. It's a joy to turn this car, an absolute joy. Welcome to the Driver Reviews channel. I'm Vicki Butler-Henderson, and today we are looking at one of Volkswagen's best-selling model, the Golf. This is the latest 8.5 mid-life facelifted GTE. It is the most potent plug-in hybrid in the range, and it can do 82 miles on electric power alone, which is double the number before. Prices start at around £39,000. This one, though, has got almost £10,000 worth of options. And before you settle down and watch, please press like and subscribe so that you're notified each time we post something new. The Golf is one of those cars, like a Mini, a Porsche 911 or a Range Rover, which retains an instantly recognisable shape through the decades. However, the middle section of this car, I feel, begins to morph into every other hatchback. Now, you might agree or disagree. We would love to hear from you, so please let us know in the comments section. It's now only available as a 5-door, and the mild changes include a slightly sharper front end, which I think looks great, a new body-coloured bumper, new headlights with a straighter design, and the LEDs that now brighten the road 500 metres ahead, more than most. And for the first time in the UK, an illuminated VW logo. Round the back, there are 3D redesigned clusters with different effects that you can customise. To get into the boot, you use one of the loveliest boot handles ever. And once inside, there's a minimum of 273 litres of space for shopping or luggage. That is 100 litres less than you would get in a non-hybrid Golf. That's a decent sized suitcase that you won't be able to put in. And that's because of the battery pack that's under here. There's also 4 new colours, including this crystal ice blue metallic, which accounts for £1,400 of this car's price, and this optional black roof and revised wheel designs. If you're going to call a car a GT something, then you need a set of impressive wheels. And although these are 17-inch Richmond design alloys, they need to make more of a statement. That said, they are wrapped in a healthy amount of rubber. These are Bridgestone Turanza T005 tyres, developed in close collaboration with Volkswagen, as indicated by the small plus sign on the sidewall. The Turanza T005 has been rated by thousands of drivers on DriverReviews and has an average rating of 4.5 out of 5 stars. Whatever car you drive, the only thing connecting you to the road or the track are the tiny contact patches on your tyres. So it is crucial to find the right set, but searching for them can be stressful and confusing. If you need help choosing new tyres for your car, then go to DriverReviews.com, where you will see thousands of reviews of all the top brands written by drivers just like you. Also, check out the winners of our latest Customer Choice Awards. The main story in here is the new infotainment system. VW calls it the MIB4, which is not a reference to the film Men in Black, but simply stands for what it is, the 4th generation modular infotainment system. The touchscreen stands proud of the curvaceous dash, and it's been designed to be more ergonomic, which was needed, and I can confirm its bright colours and crisp layout are an improvement. One of the biggest own goals for recent Golfs has been this sliding control system for the volume and for the temperature, which was tricky to use on the move. These have now been redeveloped and seem more user-friendly, which is good, and they are illuminated at night to help you find them. There are a set of easy access controls underneath, which are pretty useful for one stab control as well. In your vision in this car is a head-up display, which is a £600 option, but it is a worthy investment because it keeps your eyes on the road whilst displaying info like the speed or sat-nav directions. The digital binnacle behind the wheel can be played with to display the info that's most important to you. Circles, squares, a variety of colour via the multifunctional wheel. Also helping you to do things like change the radio station or phone people is the voice assistant with ChatGPT. So let's give it a go. Hey, Volkswagen, what's the best thing about a Golf GTE?
Oh, that's something I still need to learn.
So as with ChatGPT, it's something that learns on the move. Hey, Volkswagen, what...
Here's an overview of all the functions you can control with your voice. You can select one by saying its name or the line number.
Hey, Volkswagen, my feet are cold.
Please start the engine to use this function.
Well, I think that needs a bit of work, but that is the purpose of ChatGPT. It evolves as it goes along. These seats, however, have evolved beautifully. They are super comfortable. They support well, and the back actually is so tall that it could probably accommodate a 7-footer. They can be heated or cooled, which is part of the Vienna leather upholstery package, as is a heated wheel at an extra cost of just over £2,000. There's also now the option of something called Area View, which gives a 360-degree bird's eye view of the car and space around it for easier manoeuvres. If you want, you can waste hours looking through the 30 colours for the cabin lighting to alter the ambience, which is more noticeable at night, so apologies if you're not getting the full rainbow effect here. There are nice touches throughout, like the half-line door bins, the twisty cup holder, and the wireless charger compartment. But the overall feel in the cabin isn't a sumptuous one, and there isn't enough sprinkling of GT specialness to warrant the letters in its name. Above my head is an optional £1,250 panoramic roof, but I feel it's more like a normal sunroof because it doesn't come anywhere near this half of the car. The high waistline adds to the darkness back here, and those sporty front seats do a good impression of a wall when you're behind them. 3 adults in the back will be a bit of a squeeze. Best keep it to 2, and then you can use the wide armrest with cup holders and perhaps the grippiest lining I've ever felt. Other creature comforts include a couple of USB-C ports. You can control the heating back here. There are some slim seat pockets, though 3 is quite useful. However, they do feel a little bit cheap, and the money has been spent in the door bins, which are half lined back here to soften the noise of anything rattling about. This revised Golf also comes with diesel and petrol engines, and then there are 2 plug-in hybrids, and this one sits above the Golf style e-hybrid. Under the bonnet is VW's 2nd generation plug-in hybrid with a 110 horsepower electric motor. VW claims that this is closely related to the sportier GTI in terms of performance. So the total standard hybrid package of 204 horsepower has been boosted to 272 here. That makes this car swift, but not scorcho on the 0 to 62 time. It takes 6.6 seconds to reach that figure, which is just over half a second slower than the current GTI, but more than a second quicker than my favourite ever Golf GTI, the Mark II 16 valve from the 80s and 90s. Not bad on paper then, but in reality, when you put your foot hard on the throttle, that new 1.5 litre turbocharged petrol engine makes the gruffest noise that you want to immediately lift your foot off the throttle again. Allow me to demonstrate. I suppose it's trying to be a bit sporty sounding, but it's just quite gruff. The engine does have a variable turbocharging geometry, VTG, to its chums, which helps reduce turbo lag and optimize boost at low and high speeds. And that may well be happening, but my senses are only picking up on that noise. There is a specially designed 6-speed DSG gearbox with some little paddle shifts behind the steering wheel here, but these might as well be for decoration only because they don't give you the quickest changes sometimes. So it's best just to leave the car in full-on automatic mode and let it do its thing. Let's talk about the good bits, and they emerge when you ask this car to tackle a bend. Put the car into sport mode, turn the traction control system off, and there's just about enough torque, 350 Newton meters, to get a little bit of tyre squeal. You are rewarded with lots of grip from the front end, and the steering is so rewarding. It is the epitome of efficiency when it comes to what my hands want and what the tyres give. The handling is where this car's DNA shines. It's got a front-wheel drive chassis, and you can really sense the decades of Golf know-how coming through. There's a charmingly traditional sense to the handling, but it's delivered in a crisp and a fresh way. And the suspension here with a 735 pounds adaptive chassis control system, and it copes really well with all surfaces and speeds to make you feel comfortable as well. So this really is a sophisticated part of the car. And for the fact lovers, this uses the VW Group's MQB Evo platform, which has also been adapted for cars like the VW Passat and the Skoda Superb. There's a new faster charging, bigger battery as well, and that helps efficiency in two ways. The first is with the fuel economy. This will do around 700 miles per gallon. To put that into a little perspective, the current Golf GTI will do 39 miles per gallon. Then there are the electric miles. This car will do 82, and that might just be enough for you never to have to wake the petrol engine. Just pop it into electric mode and you can glide around town. The car's got enough get up and go to get in with the traffic. And if you ever do run out of electricity or you want a bit more oomph, just put your foot on the throttle and the engine will kick in. What about charging? Well, boosting the battery is quicker than in a full electric car because you're only charging part of the energy source. A 100% charge at home will take a few hours, but just half an hour will give you a fast charge to 80% on a public charger. And remember, the key to getting the most from a plug-in hybrid is to make sure the battery part is always topped up. You do not want the engine dragging around part of the system that is not doing its bit. This is a sensible, comfortable, frugal stepping stone if you're not quite ready to go for VW's all-electric ID range. This car will do 82 miles without using an engine, and that is impressive, but it is beaten, only just, by a similarly priced Audi A3 and this car's cheaper sibling, the Golf E Hybrid. I personally don't think that there is enough pizzazz to call this a GT something of a car, and I would go for the slightly cheaper, slightly lesser powered, but longer lasting on electric range Golf E Hybrid. Thank you so much for watching Driver Reviews today. Please press like and subscribe so that you're notified each time we post something new.